late Dr. N.A. Kalyani, and late Mr. C.V. Jog. PMA is a center of excellence in the domain of management that empowers the individuals and enterprises to excel in their endeavors. PMA focuses on providing a wide range of services to improve the standards of management practices in India. So, what is the role of Center of Excellence in Career Guidance? So the vision of this unique center is to provide necessary knowledge, skills, and guidance to all aspirant students and professionals to take initiative and transform lives to make positive career choices utilizing their values, interests, and abilities. PMA Center of Career Guidance is committed to empower the career development process by providing quality guidance and counseling to students and the professionals at large. The topic of today's session is LinkedIn for Influence. So, LinkedIn is not just a professional networking platform. LinkedIn can be used effectively to share knowledge, promote your work, grow your business, build a pipeline of prospective jobs, and get insights about the industries of your interest. However, not many of us are able to leverage this platform either due to lack of technical understanding, inadequate exposure to best practices, or not having the confidence to promote their work on this global platform. So this is the session. That's what the LinkedIn for Influence session is all about today. And what are the key takeaways from the session? Well, there are lots of them. Firstly, tips to improve connections and visibility. Discover LinkedIn learning and insights. Understand free tools for visuals. Use pages, interests, and groups. And ways to build all-star profile. Now, I would request our speaker for this session, Professor Amol Randive, to enlighten us on this very powerful platform called LinkedIn. So over to you, Amol.
Thank you so much, Shilpi ma'am. Thank you, Pradeep Tupe sir, all the members of Managing Committee of PMA. Also, all the participants who have joined in from, I think, different parts of Maharashtra, I could say, and a couple of them from outside Maharashtra as well. Just allow me to share the screen so that I can start. And a quick confirmation on begin with, a couple of my teachers from UG and PG days have joined. So it's a big moment, I think you all can imagine from that perspective. And also we're thankful to Fuel, Friends Union for Energizing Lives, who is one of the partners for this particular session and has helped us in promotion of this, which essentially helps the students and alumni of this organization as well. And we have career guidance cell as center rather, as Shilpi ma'am already mentioned. Having said this, I'm sure there is a lot of excitement about what happens on LinkedIn, and sometimes we get stories. Sometimes I'm saying, not frequently as of now, when somebody gets a job because of LinkedIn or somebody is there as an influencer on LinkedIn. In general, what is popular on social media or, with respect to social media, rather, we keep hearing about, videos that are going viral and, some people that become influencers and who are active on the platforms for a variety of reasons, right? Be it Instagram or a lot of other platforms have come up now. We'll not delve into that because it's not for discussion, but something similar is done by few people on this platform called LinkedIn, which is world's largest professional networking platform. So it's called professional networking for a reason. So the elements of networking are there, but it is for professionals, and in general you would see content which is more aligned towards businesses, growth, career, jobs, so on and so forth. Reason why theme of this is LinkedIn for Influence, because one of the ways to build your identity and also make this useful to you is have influence in whichever domain or community or the workspace that you're operating in. Without that, it is difficult to stand out. And if it is difficult to stand out, it is difficult for people to remember you. It's not their problem, isn't it? Because they have a lot of other stories and visuals and news to look at, and it's easy for people to forget otherwise if you're not able to stand out as a professional. Request and suggestion, feel free to use LinkedIn platform. All of you are attending this in audio mode. So be it on the same device, if you're connected using laptop, or if you have another smartphone next to you, please log into LinkedIn and try and use this real time as we go through some of the important aspects on screen, because it's easy to remember, right? If you're able to do it real time, also you'll be able to share feedback during the session itself if you have some difficulties as to how to do something on technical front, essentially like how to change headline if you have tried it before, if the photograph is not getting uploaded, or you tried creating a poll. Just some examples I'm sharing. If you're not able to do that for a reason, let us know here. We'll try and address those queries real time as well. All of us have understood this. That's the reason we are attending this session at 7:30 p.m. on Thursday. So I'm not going to spend much time on this. However, LinkedIn community works on the basis of skills. So the way LinkedIn platform is utilized, or the way it is conceptualized by the product management team of LinkedIn, is they're trying to build this around skills now. Because when we talk about professionals, what comes to our mind and what should be there is skills and competencies. So the entire algorithm is getting improved to make it more aligned to skills, and we'll discuss what does it mean and why it matters to emphasize on your skills and stories and your capabilities than anything else when we look at LinkedIn. Another advantage, which is obvious, is it's a global platform. So it allows you to connect with, let's say, if you're a teacher, it allows you to connect with teachers from all over the world. If you're a businessman looking for some partners or vendors, you have this access to people from all over the world. Obviously, people would connect with like-minded people. There's no point simply building connections and saying that I have 5,000 connections or 15,000 connections. If it is not really translating into good growth opportunities for you as a student, as an entrepreneur, as a professional, it's of no use, right? It otherwise might turn out to be just a waste of time. So we have to be careful of that for sure. I thought of this as the standard slide at slide number 3. However, I got to see this in the registration form. There is one of the questions, right? Let us know your queries or comments or questions for the speaker. I could pick some of those. I've tried to bucket those into 5-6 categories that we see. So the top right is more about businesses. How do we promote business? How to use digital marketing? How new businesses can use it? How lead generation can be done? Repeatedly mentioned points are this. Give some practical examples and how it really works. And then there are other things for LinkedIn learning, branding, visibility, profile, and related to employment and jobs. This is how the homepage, landing page of LinkedIn web version looks like. I'm sure all of you have used it at least once, so you're familiar with this. This gets updated, like for example, you might see different sections here and there down the line, but that's fine. Let's look at the practical aspect of it now. Just a quick check. Is this landing page of LinkedIn visible?
Yes.
Good, thanks. Sometimes in the presentation mode, there are issues, so I thought of just checking once. Now, what you see here, I'll be first next 5 minutes or so, we will look at the basic functionality so that all of us are on the same page. I understand that some of us are new to this platform, may not have used it like on a weekly basis. And we are aware of the fact that some of you are here maybe to use LinkedIn for business leverage or better opportunities and so on and so forth, which means you're already there, you're using it, but you wish to make better use of this. So bear with us for 5 minutes as we look at some basic functionalities, and there'll be some takeaways for you as well, and then what we're going to discuss now. So as you log into LinkedIn and once you have an account, this is the landing page, more or similar to all of you. So this is what we call, let's say, there are 2 ways to access your own profile in LinkedIn. One is you can click on this name. You can see that it is hyperlinked. So you can click here. Other option is you can click on me and click on view profile. So either ways you will get to your profile. So I generally use this one because it's easy. So click on your name and your profile opens up. Uh, let's pay attention to some of the minute details. For example, this one at the background, right? So this is called cover of your LinkedIn. Ignore this part of free credits and the Lucia we are talking about. We'll discuss about this, but at a later stage. This is one of the extensions available for lead generation and sales kind of roles, not for everybody. So what you see so this is a custom banner. Typically, otherwise you would see that there is a standard image or infographic that LinkedIn would display. It makes sense to have this because it allows you to send a message. Sorry, any questions? Okay, that seems to be by error. So LinkedIn, try and use this. We'll also look at how to create this one. Like if you're wondering you have to buy this image or how do I go about it? Is it really difficult? Do I need to approach a design consultant or somebody? Certainly not. There is a free tool available. You can create something like this as long as you have basic idea of what you want to portray. Also look at a background cover of people that you follow, admire, so that you can see how they are using this particular space. Because there's no point keeping this blank. This is the prime space on the screen. If you see like advertising language, this is 20% of your home screen. So if you're able to use this effectively, it allows you to send a clear message about what you mean and who you are and probably what you can do. Profile photo, we do see some profiles which without photographs, so that's not good. That's the first and foremost. Have a professional photograph, obviously, and make sure that it conveys the spirit of what you are and what message you're trying to convey. Clear name, avoid all kinds of typo errors and formatting issues. Let it be as clear as it could be so that people can identify you very easily. As you send connection requests, people are going to see this stuff. This icon that you see in a different color is for LinkedIn Premium. We'll see that this separately. Not all of us will have it. Unless you have the LinkedIn Premium, you may not see this, but that's okay. This is called LinkedIn headline. People talk about headline, right? For example, generally people keep their designation as the headline. You would see, they would say, like, otherwise I could put something like assistant professor marketing at Vishwakarma University, or I could talk about my role like head of industry connect, so on and so forth. However, LinkedIn tagline, which gives a good message and is more than a designation, is welcome and is preferred. This is the organization that you're associated with. You have an option to hide this if you wish to. I don't want to hide this because I'm working for university and I would like this to be visible. So I'm actually giving a promising space to this one. It's up to you how you want to do that. 500 plus connections. This is interesting. You would notice that until you have 499 connections, LinkedIn shows exact count of connections like 35, 25, 401, 350, whatever it is. The moment you cross this, let's say, landmark of 500, for everybody, LinkedIn shows 500 plus connections. So the goal is to get to 500 connections for everybody who is not yet there, so that your profile kind of looks okay and you have some standing in the community, right? There's a dashboard like this. You would see how many people have viewed your profile in this particular week. So this count has to go up down the line. Some people would see like 10, 20. Some would have thousands of views. That's good. This icon, all-star profile. So you get this when you have completed all the sections within LinkedIn. As of now, you would see if you do not have the complete profile, you would see something like LinkedIn would show you a pop-up times 40% profile completion. This is the next step for you. If that is the message, just follow the process and get to 100%. What I mean by get to 100% is, let's look at by profile as an example. So we have seen name to me because I have logged into my account. You may not be able to see this. About section is generally kept blank by many of us. I don't know why. Maybe some of us are not aware, I feel. And otherwise, this is a bit of writing. So about section is more of your story. as to if people look at your profile and they want to know you better. Instead of sharing a document, you tell them a story of who you are, what you have done, and how you can work together. Like you can see this here, right? I'm working in this space, and this is more like a self intro kind of thing. That's the language that you use. And then I'm looking forward to connect with, collaborate with people for so and so. You're giving a clear message of what you expect and why you're here on LinkedIn. So this needs to be complete. There is a featured section. Featured section is you can highlight your top posts. Those could be articles, videos, or polls that you wish to highlight here. These are the ones that you decide to feature. And these are static ones, which are visible for all the visitors on the profile. And obviously you would want to, highlight the best ones. This is the activity you see for yourself. You would be able to see this for others. If you want to find out number of LinkedIn connections of anybody, look at this number typically. So I have 9,000 plus followers. So this is the number that you're looking at when you want to see how active somebody is on LinkedIn and how popular for that matter. Then you have experience section. Make sure that you're not just adding company name or organization name and duration. Try and add a few details, especially for job seekers and entrepreneurs, even for students for that matter, like projects and your experiences. Give some details. That's important. So all the experiences, education related details, achievements, if any kind of needs to be highlighted here. You have licenses and certifications, so don't keep this blank. You have to put there.
Right.
Volunteer experience does matter. That talks about your social space, and it gives you a plus, obviously. And get involved if you're not a volunteer somewhere. That does help. Skills and endorsements. So this is what people are looking at. Try and get few recommendations. Important. Like I've received 12 of those. I've given 24. First thing is also give recommendations. How to ask for recommendation? Simple again. Yeah, as you visit your profile, you can see ask for a recommendation. Click on this. And who do you want to ask? So you can select, from a drop down, you can type a name of person and then you can select the person. For example, so Pratiksha Wabe ma'am was one of my seniors 3 years ago. So if I want to request her to write, recommendation for me, you decide on the relationship that she was my senior and all of that I would select. So it would guide you. There are 2-3 steps and you write a personalized message. And also, obviously, drop a message on WhatsApp or call her and ask her if she could write a recommendation, because this is validation, right? If people see this and there are different things that people talk about, it gives you confidence that yes, this person has done something and people are talking about her or him. Accomplishments like courses, publications, languages, projects, and all. Last but important one is what are your interests? So whichever pages or individuals you follow will be shown here. Like these are my interest individuals, companies that I follow, groups that I'm part of, LinkedIn groups, you're going to see that, and schools that I follow. Advantage for you, this is your community. These are the people that you're following. These are the people that you're actually interacting with. And if you're following certain people and companies, you will get those updates first. Otherwise, there are so many people doing so many things on LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn also needs some mechanism to decide what should be there in your feed. So this allows you to control your feed, right? I think having discussed this a bit, let's go back to presentation for a while. There's only one thing that I had to show. Sorry, I'll keep switching between the screens. That's important because it's a live kind of session. If you're wondering, you're not able to see, for example, so many sections. That could be the case. If you have not added any details, you may not be, able to see all these sections in your feed. And if you're wondering why it is not there, why only Amol has it, there is a reason. You need to add these sections manually. So once you visit your profile, this is add section. Click here. What you want to add? Say introduction is nothing but your summary that we have seen. About part of it. Featured things. Background includes your work experience, education, licenses and certifications, volunteer. You can choose, like, for example, I want to add details about volunteer experience, add the details and save. It's that easy. That's how you access more sections. Then there are skills. You can add skills, you can add your accomplishments like publications, patent, courses, projects, so on and so forth. Additional information like recommendations and languages. So these are the things that you add at your level. There is a more section, like for example, if somebody asks you how to share the LinkedIn, send me your LinkedIn profile URL. There are two ways to do it if you're using a desktop version. One is use this. Just copy this, right? Copy this and paste it in the window. Once people click on this, people will be able to see your profile as long as it's an open profile. Other way is share profile in a message. For example, I click here, I'll select name of the person who is connected with me, obviously, and here is my LinkedIn profile URL, and I'll click on send. Because I know Girish, I'm just sending him across. I'm sure he won't be surprised because he knows that my session is there. So then people can click on this and see your profile. So this can eliminate a lot of resume forwarding stuff for you if you have done a good profile here. Then you can save it to PDF mainly for job seekers, I think students. And there is a good feature, build a resume. This is for students and people who are looking out for job. Based on the LinkedIn profile, you can build your resume. You can pick and drop. I'll not get into the details of how to do that, but this is where you'll do that. Let's come back to presentation for a while. So make sure that your profile is complete, and goal is to have this all-star profile, which means this is not about accuracy again and how much you're writing. This is about to begin with more like a checklist approach. Add details in education, volunteer skills. So make sure that you have details added for most of these sections, right? And about the background stuff and the accomplishments. This is just a snippet of what you see here. We have seen this live, right? We'll just cover this particular slide, and I'll pause for a while to take a few questions on what we have discussed so far. Just to make sure that I'm not just going ahead with a lot of things and then there's no use as such. This is one of the questions that people often ask. How do I improve connections? I'm sending requests, but my connection count is not improving. It's a journey. It takes time. Like to get to this 10,000 organic way. Organic way meaning is you're connecting with right people. You're not just building connections for the sake of getting to 10K or 20K. It does take time. There is a limit on number of requests you can send. That's where routine comes into picture. As I understand, I think generally the limit is more or 50 connections per day in the early days. But if your more number of connections are not accepted by people and you have a lot of requests that are pending for other people, the limit could be even 25. So it is important that you are sending 10, 20, 30 connection requests on a daily, if not daily, maybe on a weekly basis. Get started. That's how you build it. It doesn't happen overnight. Next thing is, when you're sending a connection request, don't just send connection request, drop a message. And we'll see this. What do I mean by this particular thing? For example, we'll go back to this thing again. This is where you search for people. Okay, search window. Let's say, just because I want to connect with someone unknown, I'm going to type name of the person that I don't know, so that hopefully I get to see a profile of somebody that I'm not connected with. Hopefully, just for exercise purpose, I'm connected with him, so I'm not. Give me a second. Okay, as you search for people, most important, for example, you're searching for one of your clients if you're in business, or you're trying to connect with entrepreneur or owner of company that you want to work with, or HR recruiter, or maybe you're looking for mentor and you find his name and you want to search by name. Let's say name of the person is Anil Mate as an example. You would see all the people, typically just like any other platform, you would see all the names. Wherever you see connect, which means I'm not yet connected. If you're connected with someone with this name, here the button will be message. Because you're connected, you can send a direct message, you're connected. And this is important. Again, these are basics. Second, so this is my second level connection. What is second level connection? Both of us have someone in common, like Lakshmikant Bakariji is one of the common connections. As long as there is minimum one common connection, this is my second level connection. This does help. Third level connection means we do not have any common connection yet. It's slightly difficult to connect with such people. Generally, second level is easy. These are the filters that you wish you would want to operate. Like, are you looking for person with this name? So you click on people. Are you looking for the posts, messages, companies, groups, jobs, schools, events, courses, services? And you have all the filters. This is more like your shopping portal like Amazon and Flipkart. You have n number of filters and to apply so that you are able to find the right person that you want to connect with. As an example, let's say I want to connect with someone from company called Bajaj Alliance. That's my goal. So Bajaj Alliance General Insurance. I'll click on the name of person, name of the company, right? And I can see that this is the company page, official one. Looking at the followers and all, you'll see that I can click on the people, right? People who are working with this company. For job seekers, you can click on job and see the jobs. I'll skip this insights part for now. So I can see these people who are working there, right? Head human resources. So this is one of the persons. As I want to connect with this person, instead of sending just, instead of clicking on this one right away, because it just sends a standard message. For example, I'll do that. So once I do it, LinkedIn says, especially in the web version, this is not available on mobile. It says your invitation is almost on its way. You can add a note to personalize your invitation for Rahul Sabnis. If I send, it sends a standard message that Amol wants to connect with you. And Rahulji must be receiving so many invitations like these, and possibly he might ignore. Okay, this is not a personal comment, but that's how it works generally. Instead, I can add a note, right? And I can type a message here. For example, whatever I want to say. First and foremost, irrespective of what I'm saying here, this means that I'm taking effort to connect with this person. And once he sees my request, you would also see my message there. Obviously, it's a short message of generally one sentence, nothing more than that, why I wish to connect and how it will help me or him kinds. And then I will click on send. Yes, I'll pause here for a while. Any questions so far? Has anybody tried these things on LinkedIn live, mobile or web?
Good evening, Mr. Amol.
Good evening.
I would like to just till now everything is clear, but the image part, what you were trying. So would you be taking it forward in the?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's
So
there.
yeah. So if you
Anything
could
else?
just no, not yet. Thank you.
Yes, good. Anything else quickly? Still have half an hour. It's clear. Some Usha Omaji says, thank you for this. So let's continue. Good.
Hello, Amolji.
Go back to this screen once again. Let's cover these slides for 5-7 minutes, and then we'll go back to live stop again. Only sending connection requests is not enough for strengthening your network. What means is you also have to view profile. You have to be active on LinkedIn. Otherwise, people would see that you're not active on LinkedIn and sending a connection request. Maybe you're there for a short goal. People generally may not like it. Views on your profile is equally important because people should also send you request. Why you have to send request all the time, right? Get to the 500 connections as we discussed before. Get connected with people real time. That's important. For example, I can see participants in this meeting right now. If one of you sends a request, there is a higher chance of accepting connection because I've seen your name, because we know to a certain extent. In the same manner, if I'm sending connection request to participant in this meeting, there is a much greater possibility of acceptance of my request than I sending it some other day when we don't really know each other or we are not really doing anything together. So after your meetings, after your conversations, after your sessions, after emails and chat conversations, make it a habit to send requests same day or next day because it's top of mind. People generally accept it. That's the way to go. Add a personalized message as discussed before and send out a few invitations on a regular basis. That's critical. This is the mobile app view just for the benefit of those who are comfortable using only the mobile app version of LinkedIn. This is on Android. It could be different in iOS, but more or similar, I believe. So this is the landing page that you see where you have a feed. This is once you click on the network, you would see this. When you want to share your post, for example, you click on this icon, post, you'll see these options: add a photo, video, celebrate an occasion. So these are the options you have. For jobs module and mobile app itself, you have this jobs module. You can search for jobs. We'll quickly review that in some time. These are the notifications that you see, and you can respond to updates there. And this is the messaging window in general. About LinkedIn headline, top suggestions for students generally start with your program, like as an example, so that people clearly know that you're a student, you're from this batch, so they know what to expect. Aapko intern ke liye hire karna hai, job ke liye, whatever. Your ex-intern, so this is what we mean by brand portfolio. Even for experienced people and entrepreneurs, add your brand portfolio here. Let people see that you have worked with some good brands in the past or worked on some good projects, if that is the unique thing about you. For professionals, again, current designation, name of previous companies if applicable, and education and all depends on how prominent that institution is. If the program is good, you might want to mention program name. If your institution is kind of known, you might want to mention institution name. So you have that flexibility. Use and phrases or statements, that's generally better, and there are formatting options. We'll see that in a while. Write summary. Please don't ignore that part. Summary is important. This is one of the articles that you can refer to, although this is for students, but this gives you a fair idea. I have personally referred this and found useful with respect to writing a good LinkedIn profile summary, or you can follow some other profiles and refer to that. List your skills, whether you're an entrepreneur, professional, student, or anybody else, fresher, add your skills. On LinkedIn, people are known for skills, and that's what you want to emphasize. You can add up to 50 skills, and you can select top 3 at your end. We'll see that how to do, how to select top 3 that you want to highlight at your end. Let's look at now free tools. So these are the 2. I'll share the links in chat window so that you have access to this in case you wish to try out real time, or you can just copy this link somewhere. Give me a second. So this is the one, Canva, which is a free tool available for images and creatives and posts. There are advanced like paid features in it, but let's ignore that for now. You should be, I think, as long as you're using this as an entrepreneur or a professional, even the basic version is enough for you. Let's look at it now. What is this? So I have already, opened this in one window here. So this is the landing page of Canva. I'm already logged in. So as you visit this page for the first time, you will be asked to log in. So you log in with either Facebook connection if you feel that's safe, or Gmail account, or you can create a separate account. But good number of things are free here. What you see here now is what will you design, and this is important. I think you can look at the interface. It tells you what you want to do here, like why you are here. So for you can say this is for me because I've done few things. Maybe Canva knows what I'm looking at. You can click on presentation and look at the presentation templates. Maybe I need a post for social media posting. I'm looking at a video, print products, marketing, office related stuff, and then there is more. Either I can explore this. So this is one thing you can do, or you click on create design, and you can type what you want to design. For example, this poster of this particular event is designed here. So you can see here, this is the poster you would have seen, majority of you, as you're here in the session. This is the poster. So this is created in Canva, free of cost. Why it's easy? I'm not a designer again. I come with management background. I'm not, definitely few seconds. So there are drag and drop things. I think I'll still go ahead and look at this. So there are elements that you can add. You can upload your photographs and you can add those to your design. You can select photographs from here. There's a text option of different font size and font types. You can add an audio. There's a background option available and other things. All of this is free, essentially. Something like resizing, some photographs, some templates are, at cost, like Canva Pro. You would see this, but as long as you're not doing this at a professional level, you should be able to manage with the base. I got dropped off. Just a second. Yes. You're able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So to create a company page, you click on work option here, work tab here, and just go to the end and you click on create a company page. Then you have options, whether it's a small business, medium to large business, your case page or something like educational institution. Let's say you run a small business. Even if you're involved in freelancing, please use this one. That's better. So you type name of the company, organization, you can have the URL there, website address if it's applicable, company details, you will have to select industry, company size, company type. Then you have a tagline for your venture. And then you will do this basic verification. You can upload image and all. So those options are there. So it's easy, get started. And then you'll have to do a lot of activity. Now, important thing, what we have discussed so far is all about, basics of what you need to do. What matters is your engagement on the LinkedIn platform, and build that engagement as an entrepreneur, as a professional, is by being active and by posting few things there. For example, we were talking about pages. So these are the 2 pages that I manage. Let's look at this page. This is the official page of university regarding Industry Connect that I handle. So you can see there are a good number of followers. Not great, but we started this 1 year ago. So you have a image there, logo. So this is the tagline, as we were talking before. And here are the activities. You would see that something is posted 3 days ago, 1 week ago. So typical, our frequency as of now is twice a week or so. That's important for businesses. Minimum, 2-3 times a week. Daily is suggested to have good engagement on the platform. Good. Now, for those job seekers, because it's a diverse audience, we are trying to cover, multiple stuff around this. And based on your feedback, we can have separate sessions also on this. So that's something that you would have to tell us at the end of this session. If you feel, we would like to have, separate sessions, we'll be happy to do that. But considering the audience diversity, we're looking at multiple aspects at one go. Once you click on job, what you see is my jobs, that you applied for. You can, select some job alerts. You can see salary status. You can take up skill assessments. There are interview preparation guide available within LinkedIn. I think that's important. I'll quickly take you through that as well. I'll close this for now. For example, you can search for job by title or skill. These are the jobs that I've recently searched for my students. For example, if I click on sanitation, we have a program in sanitation. So you'd see some jobs that are relevant for that. Important, there are filters. So whether you're looking at, so this is about jobs module. You can select the experience level. Okay, I'm looking at internship. I'm looking at entry level, associate, mid, senior, director, and all. Date posted is important. Anytime, past month, past week, past 24 hours. If you're looking for recent jobs. But to do this, you should be active and you should be visiting this daily. Otherwise, it's not going to help. If you're looking at job in a specific company, for example, I'm looking at job in Apple, right? So you'll click on Apple and you would see, as of now, for last 24 hours, there are 0 jobs with Apple. If you type another company, you would see jobs that are available out there. Like, are you looking at remote jobs only, like work from home and all? Easy apply option is there, and there are filters again. So try this out. It's just like any other job portal, not from comparison perspective, but functionality wise. And then once you start looking for jobs and search for jobs, you will also get recommendations in your feed itself about job that you wish to apply for. Learning is one of the things that I had mentioned, rather we had mentioned in this creative for this particular session. What I mean by learning here, I'll go back to home to do that. Okay, what I mean by learning is we are not just talking about learning platform like Coursera and Udemy and other things. Learning on this platform happens in 3 ways. That's what I have personally experienced. One is there is a lot of learning if you connect with right people. For example, this is one of the polls, right? If a candidate comes to an interview with a issue, they still be able to get a job or something. If somebody has asked. Now, because my role is related to placement, I'm part of these polls and I like this, isn't it? What I can see is if I give my response here, let's say I would say because I want to give benefit of doubt, and you could see that 82% of the people out of 2,300. This is not anything like you decide on this, but you get a fair idea of what industry people are thinking of, right? About such errors. Trust me, in my knowledge, that if this kind of question was asked, due respect, none of the teachers would have said yes for a reason, right? But that's how industry thinks right now. So there is a subtle message for us. That doesn't mean that we tell students to go out there with dirty shoes, but yes, there is a message. Now I'm connected with this lady from WNS Global Services, is heading CSR department there. Good friend, connect of mine otherwise also. And I get to see updates and from that company, that network, those people. For example, there's one article, so I can take a look at it. So learning one way is just being there in the community and getting right messages for you is the first and foremost learning. Second one is you can comment on what other people are sharing, or you also can create polls. You can write your views about something and ask for opinion and learn through interaction. And the third one, which otherwise LinkedIn would say is the first one, is this one. LinkedIn has purchased this company called, in the past, it was a company called Linda, which was an independent learning platform. The thing about LinkedIn learning modules is these are short. You can see the duration, 39 minutes, 2 hours. This duration is 30 minutes, 1 hour, 23 minutes. Why? Because these are not like this of 30 hours, 100 hours, 20 hours, 10 credits duration, like 40 minutes, 1 minute habits for success. So like students, for example, writing emails people want to read. Duration is 57 minutes. And you can see that these are the 2 courses that are in progress for me, and the other courses that I have completed, like learning history. This is one course that I've completed within this. And search for a particular course. Best part of a learning module is short duration. Next thing, all the LinkedIn learning courses are recorded in the LinkedIn Learning Studio. What I mean by that is these are verified, number 1. 2, horse's mouth. These are from the people who are known and are already renowned in what they wish to do. These are not courses by anybody and everybody. I'm not saying that anybody and everybody cannot create content, but I'm sure as a professional and as a growth seeker, we would want to know from the best. Like, for example, difficult conversations talking about race at work, right? 16 minutes. I click on this. You would have some free, credits, free courses that you can take.
We're entering a time where race is
It just starts, and it's easy to take, 1 hour duration. I mean, that's the best part of it. And you can browse. That's handy. This is more like a quick learning on the go, not like certification or something. Okay, we have 10 minutes, 11 to be precise. So I think need another 5 minutes or so. Now, engagement. So far, what we've discussed is, be there, have an impressive profile of your company, of yours, look for jobs, keep learning, add skills, so on and so forth. Next thing is for influence and to be a leader there in some capacity, you will have to post original content. If you don't do that, you're simply forwarding the messages and people would know that you're just a messenger, right? And then there is no originality. And if there is no originality, there is no reason for people to follow you longer. You might be a good content creator. Maybe people like videos you share, but people would want to see original content of yours, be in the form of photos, text, document, presentation, poll, or anything. Next is make connections, follow right hashtags. For example, we'll go back to this now. You would see that, and you'll see this in your profile also. I'll go landing page once again. You'll see your pages, your recent activities. So I posted in something has happened here in the groups, events, and you'll see hashtags here, followed hashtags. So these are hashtags that I'm following. I'll click on this, like SEO, talent acquisition, internships, data analytics. So these are the areas of interest for me. Why this matters? Then LinkedIn knows that I'm looking for content on this. And there is assurance as such, but there is a greater probability that I will see content related to these hashtags in the field. And how do you follow hashtags? First and foremost, for example, if I'm interested in marketing, I'll type hashtag marketing. As an example, and you would see the content which is related to this hashtag called marketing. And as you see hashtag somewhere, for example, see marketing as the hashtag here, right? And you work on that particular hashtag for some time in the sense, and you get more and more content about it. And here you come to this hashtag, which tells me that, okay, these many people are already following, but I am not. Let's say I want to follow this. I am following this now. Possibly I'll get more content on marketing if I do that. So follow 10, 20 hashtags. That's important. Just the way you follow people and companies out there. Next, go beyond likes. That's important, I think, for the beginners, even for pros. Instead of just liking the content, it's better to say that, okay, good, best wish, whatever you want to say, few words to begin with. Content with your original remark or views on that thing that gives you some authority, at least, even if it's not an original post of yours. Messages to people, there is a messenger available, it's secured. Trust me, there are no much concerns about this like any other platform. You can share things. It's more, I'm not saying this is the best and the worries. Yes, there is spamming happening. You'll see unwanted messages. That's how it is in life, right? It's across. That's true in face-to-face conversation. Also, if you're meeting 5 people, not everybody is going to share the important things with you. Just to be honest, right? So we have to accept that and go ahead. Congratulate people for, like, in the notifications window, see somebody had secured a new job, somebody's anniversary is there, birthday is there. Go ahead and use that opportunity to send a message. Follow right people. These are some of the tools for especially the business community. One is you would want to try LinkedIn Premium if you're looking for insights, more details, leads, so on and so forth. You might want to subscribe for this. It costs a bit, like I believe 1,500 or so per month, but it's worth for those who have basic profile in place and are committed to use it on a regular basis. Otherwise, it's not going to do work for you. You have to do it essentially. There's a tool called Lucia, something that I told you, ignore for a while, Lucia. So there's a paid and free version. In the free version, you get some credits. So credits means this allows you to access contact details of people. And that I hope you understand the value of this, right? Contact numbers, email ID, people that you want to work with. For most of the people, you have this. And with free credits also, you get, I think, initially 5 credits a week or so. And at some point, you can apply for, you can have subscription so that you can do prospecting better and you will have the contact details. You can build your database. Other thing is, you might want to try. This is for those involved in sales and corporate jobs. There was a question, right? How do we use this for sales, like B2B business? I'll click on manage subscription. I'm already a subscriber for LinkedIn Premium, but a basic version of that. What I mean by basic version is there are multiple plans out there. As of now, I have subscribed for premium business, the cost that I'm paying. Then you have Sales Navigator if you're in sales, and this is for recruiters. So sales is recommended if you're in a good senior position or you're handling the marketing sales function of a company. May not be able as an individual, I understand looking at the cost of this, but it is worth recommending this to company, startup or SME if you're working somewhere. Even in large enterprise, people would be okay to look at this. Bare minimum, you can start with this LinkedIn Premium so that you have that additional details, especially the insights come at cost. And that's accessible if you're using this. There's a CRM tool. This is for professionals, especially entrepreneurs and people in sales and business. Octopus.io is one of the extensions available within the LinkedIn platform. If you use that, you can for example, you can send customized messages to 100 people at one go if you have tool like this. Well, there is limit on number of messages you can send, right? So Octopus.io is the recommended, widely used tools for that. Lucia is, I'll repeat, Lucia is for accessing contact details. LinkedIn Premium is to give a better look to your profile and also get additional features available within LinkedIn for pros. Not for everybody, not required. You can do a lot of things with basic. Personally, I've subscribed to premium, I think, couple of months before, obviously with certain agenda and goal, and it's linked to what I have to do. Otherwise, that's not required. Couple of things, additional ones maybe. I can see we have 5 minutes left. Once you click on network, this is where you would see, like, I think, I believe, and I feel these are the participants in the meeting, some of these at least. Yes, like for example, what you would see, I was talking about a personalized message, right? Like as an example, what Aniket has done is Aniket has sent a request, there's no message. What I see is Aniket is headline, that's where headline matters. What I see is, okay, it's student with SGM College Karad, I have an option to accept, ignore, or whatever. Hemant is there, or sent request, and there is one message like Rakesh. What he has done is he has added a message. That's what we mean by a personalized note. So he says, your webinar is interesting. Imagine if you're there in my, you would see a message like this, right? What would you do? Would you ignore or accept the request? Although I'm going to request, accept most of these because I believe you're part of the webinar. Otherwise at 8:30, I won't get these many requests. I'm going to do that. But otherwise, if I had a limitation, I would accept this one on priority for sure, right? That's human tendency. I mean, we can't really, and this my conversation begins, right? Then I can, just for example, I can say thank you and a lot of there once I'm connected with him. This is where you see all your connections, like, and there is search with filters also. This is for you to see who is my network. Like I'm connected with these many people. I can see by location, right? Current company and all the filters. Any questions? I'll stop presenting the screen for now, for a while. Any quick questions from anybody?
Amol sir, I would like to just, I think probably this would be goes for another session, but for job seekers, what is that, anything what you need to follow specially? Because if I say my personal thing, there are, I see that my name coming in all the, job searches, but then, calls and are very comparatively very low compared to the search which I appear into. So
what's the
anything,
tagline for your profile? Prathama Dave.
Prathama Dave, yeah.
Trainer?
Yeah, Chalabi.
Celebi. Okay, I could see your profile. I can see profile is good. I think it's complete. About section can be, improved a bit. I'm not sharing screen for a reason, but just quick thoughts.
Yeah.
About section is one. And other thing is, I think connecting with people. LinkedIn jobs conversion is less than other portals generally, but I think because you have experience, that should certainly help. So you would want to connect with people from specific organizations, I think, for you. And I think for students, as you rightly said, most of the students do not complete the file. And number two, they are not active in the sense the profile is complete, but the recruiters that something was posted 90 days ago. That doesn't give a good message and confident people.
Okay. Thank you.
At times students have hesitation, like that's important in the beginning, like how do I request to a manager, what would they think? That's not required at all. People are okay connecting with people across age groups, across gender and location and other barriers. So don't have to worry. Even like 18 years old, 19 years old are out there and are connecting with people and are doing good there. But it takes time. It's a long journey for sure. There is a good resource for students. Just give me a second. LinkedIn profile checklist for, you can also search that for students. Anything else? Meanwhile, any questions?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hi, this is Vishal.
Yeah.
Hello.
Vishal, tell me.
So my question is related to open to work functionality in LinkedIn. So you want to
Right.
talk something about that?
Yes. However, this is my personal opinion. You might want to use it once or twice but keeping it that way for a long time may not help. Before that, this is one that I was referring to for students. So all the teachers, students who are here, parents maybe, please share this link with kids. Let them refer this. This gives them an idea of how they can put a basic profile in place. I've shared the link in chat window also, or with this LinkedIn sample profile checklist for students. This gives them an idea of what all things they need to add and how to go about it. This is official by LinkedIn again, so feel free to circulate. This is available for circulation. Now coming back to your question, I believe Vishalji, right? Why I said you might want to use for once or twice only, because if you keep it that way, that's the tendency, right? Let's understand the behavioral aspects of it. If someone says open to work for very long duration, people might consider that person as jobless, isn't it? And then people will have certain doubt. Okay, how come this person is jobless? He has 4 years of experience, and I see open to work for last 60 days. There must be some issue. So use it effectively for a week or two, then keep it aside. That's good if you have a good network and want to notify your people. But there is a better way to do that. Trust me. You should rather you would want to send a message, personalized one to people you're connected with, and tell them that you're open to work. But your LinkedIn profile shows that you're active and you're doing something worthwhile. That gives you a bit of better bargaining position, isn't it? However, if you want to use that as an opportunity, go ahead and use it for a week or two. But I personally don't feel good if somebody is using it for 2 months, 3 months. I hope you understand, right? Why it is that way.
Right.
How to do that? Let me check. I've not used that feature yet. Thankfully, I've got 3 jobs so far based on my connections. Couple of those based on my activity on LinkedIn. So I didn't have to use that. So here it is. Once you click on your profile, you see open to work, that is finding a new job, open to providing services, open to hiring. As an example, if I say, I won't be able to say open, finding a new job, but let's say I'm open to providing services, and I can tell services that I am offering. And you can disable it at any point in time, but make sure you disable it. Some people keep it open when they join the next company. I've noticed that also. If they're my students, I call them and tell them, please change that. If your boss sees that on the first day of your joining, he may not talk to you, he would call me directly. Like, what's happening? Anything else? We have exceeded the time. Pradeep sir, Shilpi ma'am.
Yeah, one more quick query. Like nowadays, I have seen many people are posting that I am eagerly looking for a job. I am jobless for more than 6 months and so. So personally, I don't feel very good impression about them.
Certainly.
So do you recommend? Yeah, but nowadays these posts are increasing.
There could be a genuine case, okay? There could be a genuine case, and someone might have to put it. There are scenarios. One of my, I won't obviously mention the name, but one good friend of mine who has worked for 8 years in industry is looking for change, and it's been 3 months. However, copy paste doesn't help. In that case, it has to be a personalized story. Because if someone is using the common messages to get empathy or get messages, likes and comments, people would notice it any which ways. That's not good. But when in help, it is okay to ask for help, but it has to be a honest, genuine message out there, and it should be personalized and customized. Otherwise, it's not recommended. And people do post fake jobs also. I think those who are active would have seen that, just to get some comments and maybe get empathy and all. That's the way how celebrities and endorsements otherwise also works. You would have people always cribbing about certain things, but people get to see down the line. And even if people follow, they won't really build relationship. Trust me. And we know this, right?
Right.
I think before we, there are few messages that I can see, but all those who have other commitments, you may please, if you have other commitment, you might want to exit the session and move on, because it's beyond 8:30 already. However, if you have time, I'm available. We can spend next 5 minutes or so. It's up to individuals for now. Is that okay? Pradeep sir, Shilpi ma'am?
Yes, absolutely, Pradeep sir. Wonderful session, Amol. Well done. I can see a lot of people requesting for, additional sessions on specific points. So I think that you'll have to take in once We are done here.
I'll keep a note of that. More than happy always. Let's look at questions now. Soham says, is there any salutation necessary while messaging a new connection for the first time? If yes, then how should one start conversation? Although in industry, first name use is common, but generally I still recommend if you're writing to a person senior to you by designation or by age, you would want to use Mr. or Miss. That's better. Just to start on a good note. As you get connected, then you'll come back to first name. But salutation, yes, and that too in India. If you're approaching someone from outside and looking at the profile also, you get a feeling about this, right? Whether that person accept that kind of thing or not. If the person is using, let's say, title in the headline itself, then it's a clear message for you. To aapko Mr. bolna hi padega, on a lighter note. You have liked their content and so on and so forth. That's how you build relationship. But if I send a connection request to somebody, let's say today, and then tomorrow evening I send a message, do you have any openings? I don't think that's how you want to do it. So you have to do it in a planned manner. You have to build, connect, and then ask for it. And you may not have to ask for it in many of the scenarios, because people would rather tell you, oh, what is it that you're looking at? How can I help? Expect that there are a good number of people who are out there to help, especially mentoring, guidance, connection opportunities. There are people out there. Although some people complained about people not responding, everybody has things to do. Thank you so much. I think it's 8:40. Excellent. This was good session because of the excitement that you have shown, because of the questions that I could see in the Google form registration link, and also because of the questions asked in between and this feedback.
Sir, can I ask one more little thing, a little question I had?
Yes, please.
Sir, I'm a student actually, and I haven't used LinkedIn professionally before, so it will be my first time. And I had a question that is there a tool or a technique or tool used in LinkedIn to highlight some extracurricular skills, or not the skills that are not academic?
Good. Give me a second. You're able to see my screen, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, good. So you come to your profile. There's a 30-second stuff that you can do. Come down to skills section. Okay. You can add a new skill here. For example, I have added these many skills which I feel are relevant to me. You can add a new skill from here. So type here and add a skill. For example, I don't know, maybe out of these, let's say, as an example, I'm good at, let's say, analytical skills. And I add that as a skill. So it is shown on my profile now. Other thing is, you see these top 3 skills: business development, team management, and management. Why these are top 3? You can edit this. Click here and select top 3. So you can pin those 3 skills that you want to highlight. For example, I want to remote team management, and I would like to add marketing strategy. What happens now is people would see these 3 as my top skills. So you have a flexibility to do that. Next thing is take up a skill quiz to get endorsement. So LinkedIn has built this new thing. I think there are about 50 assessments right now. For example, Microsoft PowerPoint, these are free things. There are 15 multiple choice questions, takes about 10-15 minutes. You can practice, you can start. Once you complete this test, you get a badge which says that, okay, LinkedIn has certified that Amol is good at Microsoft PowerPoint. And there are multiple skill assessments there, you can see. Please explore this, especially on technical front.
Oh, okay, sir. I got the part about the technical skills, and since LinkedIn is a professional platform, I don't think that as a beginner there is any way for us to maybe highlight or just show our
highlight here. One opportunity is use headline. Like, for example, if you feel, as an example, if you're a good singer, mention it here. Number 2 is this one. Create a banner which talks about your skills, and which tells people that, okay, you're good at this, or you're passionate about something. Use this space, or use headline as the space. Third is about. Tell people what you're good at, right? And last thing is write a post about it. In the sense, one thing that I've not discussed so far, or rather haven't shown, is, let me click on my activity. you would see that I'm not just there on LinkedIn and sending request and accepting request. I've also posted some articles, desired 7 skills for interpersonal effectiveness, campus placement success factors. So these are the articles that I've written. Then these are the posts. So this is beyond likes and comments. So these are some of the posts. Like this is one of the polls that I had posted yesterday. I got 32 votes. And so this is engagement, right? There's another post about some opportunity to like. So that's how you build. You're sharing some content with people with your comments and a message. So you're not simply liking and sharing. That's important. Like for example, this one. So while sharing this article, I could have shared this URL as it is, but I've added some message here. Right? Otherwise, it shows that Amol Randive had shared this one directly. And if you see that kind of thing, then आपको तो लगेगा कि ये तो बस forwarding चल रहा है. Right? And your resume, your portfolio presentation, you can add as a document. Like one of my students, Tushar, I had recently shared his CV for the LinkedIn community with my message that, Tushar is good. If there is any opportunity, please consider him kinds. So this is the document. So you can have your resume, your document shared here. And next thing you do is, sorry for this. I think we are going beyond time, but still, sorry for this. Just a second. So I'll come back to post. And for example, I want to feature this as my post. Feature on top of my profile. So you select your content जो आपने पहले post किया है, and आप फिर यहाँ पे जाओ, edit करके feature on top of my profile. तो ये वाला मेरा poll अगर मेरे को home page पे चाहिए, once I do that, what happens now is in my profile, when somebody clicks, that poll is there. You get this? That is how I highlight things that I want to highlight. I'll make this as a featured content. You get this? Like your CV, your portfolio, your video.
Yeah. Is it clear now?
Yes, it is better. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it clear now?
Yes, Govindji, go ahead.
Thank you. So thank you very much, Amol, for all the valuable inputs. I know, although it has exceeded by 15-16 minutes, but the kind of input you have provided will be really cool, not only for the fresher, but also those people who are with the experience, those who want to create their company page and start engaging people over the LinkedIn. And the way you guided people, like, how they should address people, salutation and the kind of thing, not directly jumping to the job, and lot of good inputs and lot of learning for me too also. Thanks to you, thanks to Pune Management Association, thanks to all the audience for staying with us for such a long time and hearing us. We will be grateful to you if you can provide more input, what kind of